playful pedagogy. We've mentioned it several times already. The key word in this is the word play. Now, when we think of play, playing is something we associate it. Well, we know what playing is. We children play from extremely young age, and to be honest, as grown-ups, we never stop playing. And being playful is important. It's important for our social and cognitive development. If we look at the definition of play, and this particular given definition, it talks about us, interacting with objects, turning them upside down, experimenting with them to see what happens, and doing something. We might arrive at discovering something new, something that's inspiring, some new knowledge, but we're not necessarily doing it or playing for that reason. We play for its own sake. We play because it's fun. But that's playfulness. That is being playful. It's about everything from playground games to playing sport to the full remit. And it doesn't actually change. The fact that we play doesn't change. What might change as you get older, in fact, what does change as you get older, is how you play, your medium for playfulness. When you are, for example, if you're a 6-7 month old baby, you're interacting with the toys and the objects around you. You're putting them in your mouth, and you're discovering about what's edible, what's cold, what's hot, what's furry, what feels nice, what doesn't feel nice. When you go into primary schools and playgrounds, you notice that a lot of what children are playing are role-playing games. They're playing, where they're acting out, playing doctor, nurse, teacher-student scenarios, sort of very, very popular and common. It's a way for them to learn about careers and morals and ethics. And when we get older, we're still doing things. It might be through organized sport, it might be through video games, it might be through whatever we find fun. That's being playful. It's an innate human instinct. And I think the point that I fundamentally want everyone to grasp is that being playful is part of what we are as human beings. It's a fundamental part of us. So one thing I firmly believe in is bringing that and attaching that to education and not divorcing that from education. The second really important word is creativity. And we often sometimes associate creative or creative subjects in schools. And I've certainly taught in a school which did this, where you've got the creative subject, such as art and music and drama or dance. And then you've got the academic subjects, such as mathematics and science and history and so on and so forth. And they seem to be at polar opposites and opposite ends. And creativity is applied to the art subjects, but not necessarily applied conceptually to the idea that science could be creative or computing could be creative. But if you look at this definition of creativity, it's looking at your ability to come up with ideas or artifacts. There's nothing in here that says they have to be new to the world. You don't have to be the next Albert Einstein. It's about it being new and valuable to you as an individual. And when you start to think about putting these things together and actually looking at a definition of play-based learning, I really like this definition of play-based learning, because it talks about learners constructing knowledge as they're exploring and being playful in unique ways. They're making their own discovery. So play-based learning has been shown to help develop skills and enhance skills such as imagination and creativity, which are all among the really important skills for the 21st century learning skills that are recommended for the world of work as they are changing. So it's an essential component of the world is shifting. We know it's becoming something different, and this is an essential part of that. And when you mix all of these things together, when you mix creativity with play and computational thinking and computer science, that beautiful hotbed that you get is the digital schoolhouse approach to education. That's what we do, and that's what underpins the books.